What if everything we've been told to do to find a relationship was wrong? I've been in therapy for 8 years. I work out 4 to 5 days a week. I've joined gay sports leagues. I've had friends set me up. I've watched far too many self-help dating influencers. I think it's safe to say that I've done the work and I'm single. So either I'm broken, which is a real possibility, we can't rule it out. Or everyone telling us that doing all of these things will lead to a lasting relationship? Maybe they're wrong. I'm Scott. I'm a gay man in my upper 30s living in Los Angeles. I've made a few videos talking about my dating experiences over the last few years, and surprise, I'm still single. I'm not a therapist or a coach, but I do have about 18 years experience in the gay dating world, and I just want to talk honestly about what I've noticed. So let's start with one of the hottest and most common things you're supposed to do if you want a relationship: go to therapy. I've been in therapy for 8 years. I've had an amazing therapist, and it's unquestionably the greatest thing I've done for myself as an adult. I've worked through my childhood trauma, my daddy issues. I'm a gay man, of course, I have daddy issues. And I've put it into some pretty heavy generational baggage that was passed down to me. So a lot of personal growth with therapy, but still single. So the next thing that's synonymous with gay culture is the gym. I started going to the gym and lifting weights my junior year of college. Did I have any idea what I was doing? Of course not. But I naturally had a 10% body fat from eating whatever the hell I wanted, so I thought I knew everything and looked ripped. Oh, it's a baby. It's me as a baby. I would kill for that skin. Ugh. Then after living in West Hollywood in my 20s, I had a very bad case of body dysmorphia, which is very common amongst gays because of what we're sold around sex and image, and it creates our very unrealistic body expectations. I found this picture, and I remember at the time I took it that I thought I looked terrible. And now looking back, I just want to hug that guy because he looked great. But at the time, I thought the only way I could get a guy to be attracted to me was if I was 180 pounds with 8% body fat, and anything other than that was a failure. I can say in 2025, I genuinely think that I've looked the best I have in my entire life. And more importantly, I didn't do it so I could be attractive to other guys, but because as I approach 40, I want to be healthy and set myself up for longevity. And even getting to a place where I'm genuinely happy and proud of how I look, I'm still single. Which brings me to the next thing I've tried: going into an insane amount of debt, also commonly called a mortgage. I don't regret it, but I don't know if homeownership is all it's cracked up to be nowadays. And while I love my place and the foundation it gives me, it doesn't really mean anything when it comes to dating, except I have a mortgage. If anything, I moved farther away from West Hollywood to be able to afford a place. And while I will drive around LA to see friends and for social functions, there is something to be said about being closer to the majority of the gay population. I'm kind of out of sight, out of mind to a degree. And I'm not going to meet anybody sitting at home. So after the pandemic, my friend and I, we wanted to get out there and do something active and meet new people. So we signed up for the Gay Kickball League. And I've played for 5 years now. I've met some great people, and it's something that gets me out of my house and in a social environment every week. But 5 years in, I haven't gotten any dates from it. Weirdly, there were 2 guys I matched with on Tinder, and on those dates, we both found out that we both played kickball, but I didn't meet them through kickball. But there have been a few times over the years where I've asked someone out in person from kickball, and for whatever reason, they declined, which is absolutely okay. That's how it goes. It can be scary being vulnerable and putting yourself out there for potential rejection in real time. But if anything, I'm glad I learned the skill of asking someone out in person. And I do need to add that my friend who joined with me all those years ago, he met somebody at kickball and they're now engaged. It's very cute. And so it can happen for people, just not for me. There's even been 3 or 4 times where a friend has asked to set me up and I've gone on dates from that. Nothing came from it, but theoretically, I think friend setups have the best likelihood for something to happen because it's like a referral. Your friend knows you and they know the other person and they think you'll both hit it off together. This is also reliant on your friends having a big enough social circle that they know people you don't. And I've realized over time that gay world is incredibly small, annoyingly small. So that means that this doesn't happen very often. And that brings us to the apps. Tinder, Hinge, Grindr. I've been using them for 18 years now, and they've only gotten worse over time. I will say the original OkCupid back in like the 2010s was the most successful when it came to compatibility and matching. Their system had you answer a series of questions and then it would show your compatibility with someone else based off the answers that they gave. I really liked it. My first boyfriend in LA came from OkCupid, but of course, Match Group has bought it out. And so now it's just another swipe clone of Tinder and is utterly useless. We seem to be stuck with the same apps. And all they seem to care about is just steadily increasing their monthly fees and blocking your type behind a paywall. But, you know, it's now made the dating app industry $6 billion in revenue in 2025. So that's something. No, they're just slot machines. They don't want anyone to actually find a successful relationship. Otherwise, they just re-implement a system like OkCupid's again. So they just want a mindless, never-ending subscription. All of that being said, here's what I think I've boiled it down to. Everyone says work on yourself, get happy being single, but self-improvement doesn't put you in front of new people. The gym, at least for me, doesn't introduce me to very many gay guys. Therapy has been the greatest thing I've done for myself as an adult, but it doesn't make someone materialize for me. And the most common saying I hear is, you'll find the person when you least expect it or when you're not looking. I've done that too. I stopped looking. I deleted the apps. I focused on myself and my own personal goals. And I had 0 dates and met nobody new. Because unlike our parents or our grandparents' generation, most of us don't meet people in the course of just living our lives. That's not how it works anymore. And gay dating specifically has fewer organic meeting points than straight dating. We have a way smaller dating pool. We have a few specific spaces that are safe for us. And we have more reliance on the apps. And I don't have a solution. I wish I did. I'm just naming the problem and talking about it because I think we need to. So I don't have an answer. I'm not going to tell you I figured it out and you can too, because I haven't. I'm still here, still single, still trying and doing my best. So if you're someone who's done the work and waiting for it to add up to something, I see you. My next video is going to be a deep dive into my years of Tinder data. So subscribe if you'd like to see that. But I'd really like to know, what's the one thing you did that was supposed to help your dating life and it didn't? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching. Be kind to yourself and see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, gay it forward and watch another one. And you can feel good because your click supports a fellow gay. Or if you're not gay, well, thank you for being an ally. And don't worry, you can't catch it, right? Or can you? No, nope, you're good. Woo!